What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the Sims 4 fans or player base being very upset at the Star Wars pack. Now, I actually talked about this on my second channel when it was announced a few weeks ago at Gamescom, or just like last week at this point, right? So at Gamescom, we got the Journey to Batuu, basically the Galaxy's Edge ad, which is what it is. I will give credit to that. And look, I want to stand by what I said. I am excited for it. I am a Sims 4 player. I've played Sims since Sims 2, played Sims 2, played Sims 3, played Sims 4. I actually own Sims 4 on multiple devices. I love The Sims, okay? I've always been a fan of The Sims. I completely understand why people are upset, and I want to give them full credit, and I really want to put awareness on that issue in this video. But I do want to stand by what I said before, that I am excited for it. I'm a big Star Wars guy. I'm pumped to play something like this, but I do think everybody has a very valid reason to be mad, and again, I want to talk about that in this video. So Sims 4 has been quite a something. I was going to say a disaster. I wouldn't say it's full-on a disaster since the release, but here we are, multiple years after. People have been asking for Sims 5. People have been asking for changes to The Sims, and I will say, because I've done a little bit of research, I've seen what Sims fans have had to say, and I do want to give credit to that because people are mad. People are very, very mad that they would do something like this. I guess there was a poll that went up back in like February for The Sims 4 of all of these things that people would want, okay, like literally a poll for, right? And Star Wars, I think, was dead last on that poll. It was like number 20. There were 19 other packs, other expansions, other DLC things that people wanted in this game besides Star Wars. There's also the fact that I've seen also lists of all of these different features that were in past Sims games that are still not in Sims 4 years after Sims 4 is out. And I do agree with the mentality that, look, whether or not you like, because I have seen this in comments, whether you like Star Wars being in it or not, and I will say, by the way, this has won me over. Like, I'm excited for it, but I'm actually also mad, if that makes sense, if that doesn't sound too hypocritical. Like, I've seen comments that say, okay, you can be happy about Star Wars, you can be excited, okay, so basically talking to me there, right? But at the same time, you have to see it from Sims fans where it's like, this just flat out is not necessary, and it's not what we want. It's not as if Sims is in just some pristine state where they can throw anything out there that they want, and we say, okay, we'll just eat it all up because you've already given. And this has happened with some games. I mean, there's a clear difference in the situations where some games, if they're perfect, if they're, again, like maybe like Game of the Year contenders, they have all these features, and then they throw a DLC out there or something, some random thing, a pack, an add-on, whatever, and it just doesn't even make sense. Like, it's not something that people were wanting, but it's like, well, we got the game. We got the base game, and it's fantastic, and everything works, so, you have every right. And by the way, EA does have every right to do this. I will say that. EA has every right to give us whatever they want for Star Wars, but the difference is for Sims 4, is the game is not in a perfect place. The game is still missing a lot of features. The game is still missing even packs from the past, and more importantly than that, and I have seen people say this, it does show a very clear thing that they don't listen. EA doesn't listen to the fans. That is a big, you see in the gaming industry, what oftentimes does win you brownie points is when you recognize what people want, and you at least recognize that there are people out there that disagree or want this or want that. I mean, you see it all the time, especially social media, like Twitter, very good place to have these companies, whether it be from like the game's Twitter or the company's Twitter or the different people that work for them, like the PR manager or the communications, any of these fancy titles, like that's the best way of knowing it. And what sucks is, and I've seen this around, it literally shows that they don't care. They don't care. There's a poll from literally the diehard Sims community, the fan base that still supports this game, and I would say probably 100,000 plus people voted in that, and like let's say 2,000 people, or maybe switch the numbers a little bit, lower them, raise them a little bit, but I mean, like, come on, not a lot of people voted for Star Wars, and there were a lot of people that are very upset there that flat out wanted different things, and they see that because they have their own community team. That's actually a big thing with Sims, is their team that sees the different levels, the different creations that people make in Sims, and all like the back and forth there. It's a big feature. In fact, for Sims, it's a bigger feature than a lot of other games. So it's not like they don't have people out there that know what the community is talking about, know what the community is doing, and they have seen it. But instead of doing something that they want, they instead do basically an ad for Galaxy's Edge. And that's also another thing and I think I even said that in the video. Like, look, I'm excited because, I haven't gone to Galaxy's Edge yet. I haven't done all that stuff. I want to, and one day I will. But, like, this is as close as I'm going to get unless there's, like, a VR thing I'm unaware of where I can experience it, which is fine and cool. And, like, I'm happy for myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm ready to do it. But at the same time, you look at it, and it literally is just an ad. It's an ad to your experience. You're doing in this game what you cannot do in real life. And again, I've seen people say, like, even boycotting the game. If you're not going to buy the DLC, you're not going to buy the pack. Even that doesn't necessarily mean anything because, again, it just boils down to they don't listen. Now, I guess not getting it would send some sort of message to them that's saying, okay, like, we didn't want this, we are not going to buy this, we're not going to support this. But will people actually do that? Firstly, right? Will people actually do it? And secondly, will it actually matter when people have kind of been voicing their opinions on this game for like 3, 4, 5 years and they haven't done anything? You know what I mean? So that's the main point. That's, I think, what's making people very, very upset. Where's Sims 5? Where are the actual updates that matter for a game like this? Where's the improvement? And by the way, again, I haven't played Sims 4 in quite some time. I'm a fan of these games, but like I said, I've played Sims 2 and 3. Sims 2, I spent hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of hours, probably thousands, playing Sims 2, okay? I was addicted to that game when I got that game, and I had a lot of the packs to it, a lot of the expansions, a lot of the different things you could do. I mean, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And so again, though I've been kind of out of the game, I looked at that poll of all the things that fans want, and let me tell you, fans are geniuses. You guys are, if you guys are watching, you guys are Sims fans, and maybe you voted in that poll. You guys are geniuses because there's some very fun stuff that I would say would really get me back in super, super quickly on that list, like the casinos and hotels and just so many like ghost stories or whatever that kind of whatever the title of that one was. There are so many different ideas that people have to bring, to add on to the game, whether again it be kind of minor details, whether it be like maybe stuff packs or like full on like give us this area, let us do this. I saw people say like have there be music careers where you could do like a band. I play the guitar. I played the guitar for 15 years. That is something that's awesome. That would get me back in immediately. And in all honesty, again, even though I'm excited for Star Wars, those are the things that the game needs. So I completely get why people are upset. I think that's the main thing. Now, I did this on purpose. I made this video go up today on purpose because the game comes out tomorrow. The Star Wars pack comes out tomorrow. Let's see what happens. We have to see. Because again, EA seems to think, and you go on their Twitter and stuff, they're kind of pretending like everybody's on board with this, which very clearly they are not. In fact, I would say the minority of Sims fans are on board with this, whereas the majority maybe will buy it, maybe will play it, but are not happy with it. Would want something else, besides this. So we'll have to see how tomorrow goes. We'll have to see if they get just like review bomb. But by the way, with something like this, because it's not like a standalone thing, like a huge, huge thing, I don't know if review scores of like, oh man, like people are disappointed in this pack, I don't know if that really means a lot to them. So we'll have to see. Basically, we'll have to see if voices can actually be heard and what comes next, because people have been waiting for Sims information for a very, very long time, and then they got this, and I understand that people were really disappointed. So we'll see what's next. We'll see if they one day just make a Sims 5 and somehow just reverse all of the the bad things they've done with this game. We'll have to see how it goes. But guys, sound off. Your time to rant, your time to vent in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Are you excited for this? Are you disappointed? What would you have wanted differently from a brand new thing for The Sims 4? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And thank you all so much for watching. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I hope to see you all on the next video.